Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 42 of our Dusty Roleplay series. It's that time of year again, time to make a big purchase and time to make some big monies.
Good morning everyone. It's damn cold here today. I'm just about to head down to the store and meet the computer guy. He's been down there for the last hour or so brokering a deal for a new truck. We was hoping for some ideas from your followers here, but yeah, no one left any comments. Shame on you. We had to go ahead and do what we planned in the first place. Now you coming along? Let's head down to the store now.
Well, good morning everyone. I am buying a truck. I said it's what I wanted to do at the end of last month, and I think it's going to be a real good investment for the amount of pallets that we're shifting around. So I'm kind of looking at two here. We've got the the TGS, which is okay. I quite like that. Obviously we can get the paint sprayed and choose for different colours, but that's fine. But I actually think I preferred the truck that Dusty managed to borrow off his friend previously. I do like the wheels at the back. We have got rear wheel steering, so this little puppy will turn a really tight circle, which up at the homestead I think is going to be really useful. So this is the one I'm looking at. Let's just have a quick look at what we got in terms of tyre options. I think we're just there with the Trelleborg, so, well, not much choice. But we can have a look at colour. And we've got an awful lot to choose from. So, I'm going to have a little fiddle with this. And, yeah, I'm going to put the cash on the table, get Klaus to get everything sorted out, and we should be in this in a matter of minutes. We are done. Let's go take a look. And there she is. Oh, lovely. I'm really happy with that. And that colour, I couldn't not go for it. I was looking at a New Holland blue, which I really do like. I do like to have a bit of colour with my vehicles. Just, you know, brings a bit of joy to your life. But when I saw crimson red, that really was the only choice. So here we go, our crimson red pallet truck. I think we're going to be using this an awful lot today. Let's get on and start making some big monies.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet truck you got there, computer guy. What's on the plan for this month?
Well, we've got wood chips we could get rid of. If we wanted to get rid of those to the nearest town, we could do. Although I'm kind of thinking we hold on to those because I think we can put them into biomass at some point. We've got silage. As we know, January is silage month, and I think we are going to make a killing on silage this year. So that'll be brilliant. We've got flour to get rid of, and I reckon we'll make a couple of grand on flour. We have a huge amount of lettuce to get rid of, and we've got some strawberries as well. So it's basically selling day.
Well, the snow's coming in thick and fast.
Hey Dusty, can I just interrupt you there? Have a look behind you.
What is she doing in this weather? Christ, I feel like I want to go buy that lady a coat.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It is freezing out here, and it's only going to get worse.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. The snow's gonna keep falling. I think I'd rather go grab the Massey and get the silage on the way. That's gonna be a couple of trips. Now I know we moved everything down to the mill, but that's still some fair hauling we gotta do to get that over to the animal dealer.
Yeah, good plan. You deal with that then, Dusty. I'll jump in the truck and I'll start worrying about everything that's in pallets up at the main warehouse.
Right on, partner.
Right, well, Dusty's just heading off there, up to the homestead. That's brilliant. I'm going to jump in this truck. Let's go up to the main warehouse and start loading on with, I think, probably lettuce? Yeah, I think we'll start with lettuce. I think we're going to make nearly 90k on that this month. And I'm very much looking forward to getting inside this lovely vehicle. Yeah, really nice in here. Okay, let's head up. Right, I've got the HUD up on the screen just so we can have a bit of a conversation as we head up to the warehouse. We have just spent approximately 132,000 on this wonderful truck, which is going to pay dividends, that's for sure. 19 grand in the bank. And by my reckonings, I've done a little bit of calculation on the stock that we're going to be selling today. I think we are going to be making, let me have a quick look, about 90 grand on our lettuce. About maybe 8 grand on our strawberries, I think a couple of grand on our flour. And then, yeah, silage. Silage is going to be a big one. We have a lot of silage. That's selling at 560 odd per 1,000 litres. We're going to get to the warehouse shortly, and I will have a look at exactly what we've got in stock. Yeah, I think we're going to be making about 400 grand today. And I think if we hold on to that just for a couple of months, I don't think we need to have any major purchases, then we could be in a position to hit $1 million bucks in the bank account when we get to our summer sales. Greenhouses are still operational. That's a beautiful thing about these. They are properly temperature controlled. Come rain or shine or snow, we still get produce. Okay, so what did we say? We said lettuce to start with. Right, let's head over to the warehouse and get things loaded out. I have no idea how many pallets we've got in there because everything's just been automated. Everything's just been arriving here. Lettuce, 25,000 litres. Let's have out 52 pallets. This is going to take a while. I'm so glad we picked up the truck. I'm wondering whether or not we should have picked up the trailer as well. Okay, let's do this. 52. There we go. Everything is there. Let me just get my torch on. That's a lot, and that's not everything either. We will have to do this in batches. Okay, let's get loaded on.
My God, it's snowing up here. That's really coming down now. This is possibly the heaviest I've ever seen it. I think I want to get the old Massey up there as quick as possible. Don't want to get stuck in this snow. I may even have to get the plow out first. Although you gotta say one thing. When it snows round here, it ain't half beautiful. Right, I put the Massey away at the end of last month. I'm glad I did that, otherwise she'd be covered in snow by now. Okay, gotta get my ass down to the mill before the snow gets even worse. Now luckily the snow ain't too bad down here. Just real bad up at the homestead. That's gonna work in my favor. The YouTube guy better hurry up, or he'll be bogged down in snow as well.
I cannot believe how the snow has really just come in. It's settled like you wouldn't believe. That's the kind of weather that we do get down here in Erlengrap. Yeah, so I am loaded on. I just want to get these strapped on properly. There we go. I'm not going to do any crazy loading. I'm not going to do any mental Tetris like I would normally do because of the conditions. It's just too precarious out there. I just want to make sure we get there, get sold and come back again. Now, it does mean we're going to have to do this in a couple of hits, but I'm not too bothered about that. Okay, I'm going to jump on board and let's head this first lot down to the supermarket. At least it's nice and warm in here. Got the heating on, air conditioning, it's toasty. Right, let's take this easy. Yeah, it's not too bad. We've had worse weather. It always gets bad at the homestead. The weather comes up and over the mountain and creates flurries like you wouldn't believe up there. It's crazy. But actually, we're not too bad down here. And actually, I've just had a thought. Because we moved the silage down to the mill, that's probably going to work in Dusty's favour.
Well, we made it, safe and sound. Now, if you ain't seen the pile we got round here, you're gonna be in for a real treat. Look at that lot there. Now that's a pile and a half. We've been stockpiling here for the last couple of months now. Oh, damn it. We got a traction issue here. I'm getting no grip. Right, let's switch everything down into low ratio here. Get some good torque going on the tires. I think I'm bound up against those other bales. Yeah, she's coming.
Well, that's surprising, but good to know that we have a really good relationship with the manager there of the supermarket, because he says do not sell your lettuce this month, which is surprising because it was set to be a good month to sell the lettuce. But let me just quickly show you on my PDA here. There we go. Lettuce is actually better to be sold in February. So I don't know what's going on with the global economic crisis, but yeah, prices are fluctuating up and down. However, now tomatoes need to be sold. So not a big deal, a bit of a waste of diesel admittedly, but I can whip the lettuce back up to the warehouse, get that back in storage, and then get the tomatoes sold instead. Now I haven't calculated a cost on tomatoes, but hey ho, this is the world we live in, we have to react. So bear with me, let me get that sorted out right now. This is the first load Dusty's brought in, and we get ready to make some money. $80,000 bucks. Okay, keep a note of that. 80,000 for the first load of silage. I am done here. We have got the lettuce back in and the tomatoes are out and loaded on. So, as we were, I think, back down to the supermarket. Right, here we are again. This time we know we've got the right produce on the back. Let me just get myself aligned. Let's check my mirrors here. Right, I'm just going to hop out, unstrap everything, and then back up and get sold. Right, easy does it. Let me just check the mirror on the other side. Yeah, I think we're okay. And there we go. We are selling. A bit further. 103, 104,000, 105,000. Whoa, this is still going up. And we are $13,000 bucks. Call it 14,000. We are in the money. Right, let's keep this rolling. I'm going to go back to the warehouse and pick up the rest. Dusty's doing a sterling job as ever at getting everything sold down at the animal dealer. So that's all good. I think we're going to be making some big money there. I've got 4 crates left, 4 pallets left, and 1 random one over there that I haven't picked up. So that will be the last run. I can't get any more on the back here without causing an issue for safety. So let's get this run down. We've got 2 more trips, and then we'll know what we've made on the tomatoes in January. And while I'm cruising through the streets of Erlengrat here, and while Dusty is loading on all of those bales of silage, I thought I'd have a quick chat with you about the potential of a Twitter account for Crimson Banshee Gaming. There's lots of stuff that goes on behind the scenes here on the channel and lots of updates that I'd really like to push out, and until I get to a certain subscriber level I can't push messages out directly on YouTube. So what do you think about a Twitter account in which I can keep everyone who's interested updated with updates, teaser clips and shots and a whole manner of other stuff? Let me know if you think a Twitter account is a good idea, or if there's some other way of communicating that you think would work better for the channel. Okay, that's unstrapped. Let's get it sold. Careful reversing here again, checking the old mirrors. Let's get my HUD on the screen. Steadily backing up here. Steady, steady, steady. There we go, we're up on the ramp. And we are selling. Let's get back as far as we can. About there, a bit more. Okay, that's 45%, 40% left. We're up to 123 grand. This is going to be another big sell. It should be exactly the same, unless prices have fluctuated in the hour and a half that it's taken me to get this loaded. $13,906 bucks. So yeah, pretty much the same. So far we are on approximately 28 grand for tomatoes. Not bad at all. Well, I think I'm all done here. Got on as much as I can on this load. We should make another 80 grand on this load. Well, Dusty's here, ready for the second load, and I think it should be another 80 grand, given that the first lot was 80. But prices can change throughout a month, that's for sure. Another 80 grand, easy money. I've got the last 5 remaining pallets of tomatoes on board here. Just having a look at the tailor as we go past. It's looking quite quiet. I suspect they haven't got any wool and any fabric. I'm going to have a look at that. I know the sheep need feeding, and I think the chickens will need feeding as well. That's something I need to deal with later. The other thing I've just noticed, having a quick look through the charts, is that January is a really good month to sell straw, and we still have 20,500 litres of straw to get rid of. So I suspect that is up in the silo at the homestead. We could grab that and bring that down. At the same time, we can get the grass out and into the sheep, so they'll be happy over the next couple of months. Okay, last run then with tomatoes. Let's get this backed up and see how much we make in total. 210,000. I reckon we might get to 211. There we go, we broke 211,000. What are we going to make? What's the final score for strawberries? Another $4,300 bucks. So if my maths is correct, we made roughly 14 plus 14 plus another 4. We've just made approximately $32,000 bucks on tomatoes. Brilliant. Dusty's on his last run here, so he's got 22 more bales of silage to sell. We won't make quite as much as the 80, we might make another 60. That'll be a nice profit. That's not too bad at all. Time is definitely getting on now though. It's nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the light really starts to fail quite early here in January, so we've only got a couple of hours, but at the end of the day we're not doing any field work, so it's fine. We're just selling. We don't need the light just to haul stuff. Right, here we are. Dusty has got the last one to get rid of. Let's see how much we make on this load. $62,856 bucks. Not a bad profit at all. Wow, we've got an awful lot of beer outside in the cold, keeping super chilled, which is great, but I think I need to get those into the warehouse before they freeze, because that will ruin that batch completely. And we've got some honey. Ah, Dusty's here. I wonder why he's turned up. He must have finished selling. Let me go and have a chat with him. Hello, buddy. How are you getting on?
Yeah, we did okay, computer guy. I reckon we pulled in about 240 grand there today. I ain't done the exact math yet, but that sounds pretty right to me.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good for the season. That's about as good as you're going to get, I think, Dusty, for that lot.
How about you, computer guy?
Well, long story short, I went to go sell the lettuce, but it's not actually the best time to do that. So the manager at the supermarket told me to leave the lettuce for now and go sell the tomatoes, which is fantastic. So we've made about 32 grand on tomatoes. So the next thing we need to do is, I really would like to get this beer into the warehouse. But we've also got to sell the straw, and there's a little bit of silage left in the silo up at the homestead. So do you want to take the Massey straight up there, grab the trailer, fill it up, and we'll get that sold. We've also got to feed some sheep, and we've still got some other stuff to sell. So we've got a lot to do. We may be running into the night here.
Well, I don't mind that. It's always a lot of effort on selling day, but that's when we get the big bucks.
Too right, Dusty. Right, let's get a crack on. Well, Dusty's made it back to the homestead, grab up the big trailer, fill up with straw and silage and do a couple of runs, get those things sold. Let's maximise what we can for this month. and then we'll be in a real good place for making some potentially new land purchases next month. Yes, that's my idea. I think we need some more land. So there we are. We have 89% there of the silage in the trailer, so that's got everything out of the silo. Brilliant. Dusty can now run this down to the animal dealer, and then we can have a total silage sale for the day. Goodness me, I have just come back from a spot of lunch. Look at the depth of the snow now. That is insane. Even the truck, yeah, even that looks like it's been here a while, and it really hasn't. It's probably only been about an hour. Anyway, I'm over here because I think it's time to get some flour out of the yard. Yeah, because it's time to sell some flour. We've only got about, I think, 8 or 9 pallets, but we'll get it sold. It's all money. So this is the last loose load of silage here. Oh, the snow is so heavy. So this will be it, and then we'll be able to have a total for the day. I'll do a quick calculation. See how much we make in total. Dropping down, it was 11,000 litres give or take, and we have made another $5,500 bucks. Tasty. So all said and done, I think we made approximately $250, $250,000 bucks there on our silage, which is pretty much average. We are slightly under the kind of best selling that we've ever had. I'd like to try and get to maybe 350, 400 next year round, which is why I'm thinking perhaps another big field would be good, another grass field, but let's see what we get in the bank at the end of today and make some big plans for the future. I've got exactly 9,000 litres of flour on board here, heading over to the supermarket again. Just a little bit of cash. I don't think it's going to be a huge amount. We don't really make a huge amount on flour per se. Flour is really good for putting into a bakery, and that's something we could consider again as a new production chain, but the bakery does require some additional stuff if we're really looking to maximise with the production of cakes and stuff. But we could certainly work off bread. Bread would be fine. But yeah, let's get this in. Let's see how much we make. Every little helps, as they say. And I'm slowly backing up here. I don't think we've ever had snow quite so deep here in Erlengrad before. There we go. And we've made 17,500. Not bad at all. I wouldn't sniff at that. Brilliant. Well, you can see the wheels slipping there on Dusty's Massey. Really is deep snow up at the homestead, but he's here to pick up the straw, which is brilliant, and then we can get the final bit of grass, which is in the silo, into the sheep. 20,000 litres in the silo. I think we're going to have to do a couple of trips here. Yeah, we've got 12,500 litres of straw there, so we are going to need a second trip up to the animal dealer for straw. Serious skidding there. Dusty's in control though, it's got a lot of weight on board. Okay, let's see him down at the animal dealer shortly. So straw is selling for around $144 bucks for every 1,000 litres. So if we've got, what have we got, about 12,000 on board there with the trailer. Yeah, so it's not going to be a huge amount, but it's still worth doing. I think, in all honesty, we should just go and get the grass and leave the rest of that straw for the animals. Leave one trailer in the silo, yeah, and then deal with what we've got. So I reckon we'll make probably about $1,000 here. It's not going to be a huge amount. Maybe a bit more, perhaps. We've broken the $300,000 bucks mark, and we've made $1,813 bucks on the straw. Just return to the older prices here, and there is definitely some seasonal fluctuations here. I'm looking at eggs, and if you remember, we sold the eggs back in November, and yet it's now showing that December is higher. So I do think things are changing on the fly, which is kind of reflective of the way the world is at the minute. So although sometimes we're holding out for that big payday, by the time that payday comes around, actually we've kind of missed the high priced window. So I just need to keep a bit of a closer eye on this just to make sure we really are selling at the most opportune time. February, it now says 3.3k for selling of lettuce. Let's actually see what that is next month when it rolls around. The same is going to apply to strawberries. We've got 10,000 litres in at the warehouse. It's currently saying that February is marginally better for selling at 819 per 1,000 litres. Again, I'm going to keep my eye on that and see what happens when next month actually rolls around.
I'm all loaded with grass now. I'm gonna head this over to the sheep, make sure they're all happy.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is another day done. Just driving past the carpentry there. Nothing has been output for a while. We're going to check that we've got everything sorted in the mill, but that's a job for next month. The mill's still working hard. There we go. We can see there's 2 pallets there. Not too bad. So yeah, we've had a nice month, selling as usual. January is always the big selling month. We've come away with £300,000. Something in me thinks that that's not as much as perhaps we've made in previous Januaries, and I think that might be because of this severe fluctuation in prices, but it is what it is. It's been a great month. We've never seen snow like this. This is insane, and it hasn't stopped all day. It's 4:20. Dusty and I worked pretty hard today. Been pretty simple. I think it's time to sit back, have a bit of a rest, and contemplate what we're going to spend 300 grand's worth of profit on next month. So I look forward to seeing you soon. As ever, take care and bye bye.